set already.
Respect underdog.
Yeah, well, I'm going to try. Into the breach, of course, after flying so high, we got that British core and purged it immediately.
Immediately.
Yeah.
You know, as the silly season, which we haven't even seen where Cypher's ended up just yet. It's the rumours, but let's get into this one. A bit of ancient. Odds favouring NiP here, and understandably so, as it does look like we will be taking a bit of an attack over towards the B bomb site here. Now, Launders is back with his partner, guys. He's back.
I was trolling the graphics guy. I was saying there's two whole new duos.
Okay, well, there'll be some audio at some point too as Rez with the Julius. They want to open things up. Not too many problems. Beamer's back with the trade and Headtrick with the peak. Another one hits the deck.
That's very clean from Headtrick. He doesn't find another, and it will facilitate a plant. Beamer's good to get that down. In mid, Neofrag has cleaned out Brolan. An advantage for this post plant. Sound inbound, I'm sure, but Config and Hampus going to be trying their best to get back into this. No armor on their leader. Config going to have to be that more brute force object. Two playing towards the cave side. It's not going to be comfortable for them to get this diffused through. No kit and running light on time.
Tickle the bomb here. They will have to peek and take a fight into Config here. We'll need to get another in cave. Bomb halfway gone.
Almost got to be next contact, especially with Neofrag already taking Hampus down to just 4 HP on the defuse now. A 10-second defuse and Config just has to cover. He's holding the defuse. Config no bullets. And it's Neofrag in the 1v2. 3 in total into the breach. We'll take that pistol and 5 frags from those 2 new names.
And that is beautiful. That's exactly what you want to see here with the 2, well, young guns in the server right here. Beamer's not in the server for a year. Neofrag didn't really get a whole lot done on OG, and they step on in to the red jersey in the feet of the Brits, and they're going to get themselves a nice little pist around here. So simple stuff. You see how they trade in towards the site here. Rez and Headtrick putting up some resistance, but you could see those smokes making it difficult for the CTs to get involved, and Config even pulling out the knife there. So a 1-0 start to into the breach, and we do get straight back underway with NiP into a force buy here.
That helpless feeling for Config when he pulls out that knife. Just a few too many bullets. He was hitting the shots, just not enough in the clip. And we're going to be seeing that second round. They're actually both lining up for that tiny slither gap, and Brolan profits Roland down to start off this second round force.
Okay, well, let's take a quick look at the game that NiP played against Saw on this very map. It was in the Game as 8 qualifier, and they went down to Saw in overtime. Just take a look at their CT setup. So what we can expect today is going to be Brolan over towards Cave, Hampus as the B helper, Headtrick floating around with that AWP. Config middle and Rez over towards A. And speaking of A, there is going to be a bit of pressure here. Bemis and Thomas have now got this cross. They do have to worry about Red. Is that, well, smoke. Don't worry about the smoke. Hampus has grabbed one straight through it.
Yeah, didn't see anything. Still bangs Thomas out. Is the info.
Ridiculous.
And Config and Headtrick have got this brutal crossfire. You are not going to get into Donut, Bemis. As hard as you may try, you round that corner, you got a Mag 7 and a Desert Eagle looking for you. Still remains stubborn and investigating further towards Red. It's Neofrag with a lot of control towards B. The util through, long smoked. And we do see Crucial heading up towards that ramp side with the bomb. Bemis, contact on Red. And Headtrick goes looking as well. A couple of missed shots. It's still getting a bit sketchy for ITB here. A 2-man advantage with 30 seconds left. The T's do have to find a way back in. Config goes looking, and ouch! That leaves a Mark Bemis down. That was an AK-47 versus a Mag 7. And the shotgun prevails. 5 still alive for NiP in this second round force chat. This doesn't get better.
No, and it maybe could if they kill him after time. 10 seconds left. He has to kind of offer himself up here. Crucial, and Hampus will finish it with the no scope. Yeah, and there's going to be an awful lot of that. There's going to be an awful lot of that here because we got the players across from each other. And if you have a blunder like that against a force, the idea is for the CTs to keep it close, not keep everybody alive, pick up 2 AKs at Galil. And here's the cheeky one from Hampus. Now, we got a bit of attitude, a bit of sass out of NiP. I don't know if everybody was catching them over there in Copenhagen. Ever since Torji called Hampus a dog, he's just been barking up a storm. So we've got the Greyhounds, but we've also got Mr. Hampus.
It's good to see Mr. Hampini back in the server, and we've got sound back in our ears. Let's get this party started.
I think the party may have just ended.
Yeah, perhaps, actually. Sorry, guys. Yeah, you're going to have to be listening to the raucous gun sounds. As you can see, many a lineup for this fight.
But this third round here for Into the Breach, it's worst case for so many reasons. Not only did they get drubbed on their anti-force, they didn't get a single kill, they didn't get the bomb down, which means with the min loss bonus going into the next round of play, you see here, you buy deagles. And what this facilitates for somebody like Thomas to call is, guys, let's go and pick, shall we?
Split and pick,
yeah, it's not die early, it's wait out util, it's look for a cheeky deagle kill if somebody on NiP wants to overstep that mark. And you can see here, the setup that they've opted with is quite passive. Brolan Shaw forward in K, but he is the most forward on the map here. Hampus over towards short, you've got Config passive top mid, Headtrick jiggling from Donut and Rez over towards A once more, but Brolin will be the first to take contact here.
There's a lot of responsibility on Brolin's position, and it's because you can trust him. The Swede delivers a clean pair of frags and will elope to maintain this advantage. Oh, even a third on the plate. Doesn't quite finish onto Crucial. Body shots.
But it's good that he was playing that off angle with confidence there. That's what you want to see from Brolin early, and more confidence to fight. 3 NiP players want to fight Cave. Yeah. I don't think they're clearing this left side.
No, well, I was starting to feel like it was quite a passive setup on B, but Config and Hampus have rejigged it, and they continue to poke and prod at Brolin. He is just laughing at him. More damage inflicted, still yet to find lethality on his third, and now cleaned out, punished for taking a little too long on that one. Headtrick, however, quick to sweep the rest under the rug. Crucial down, and a triple for Headtrick. And I want to kind of reinvestigate just how much of a horrible start this is for Into the Breach now, because you ride the high, you know, you win that very close first round, pistol, what was it, down to a 1v1,
with your imports getting all
with your imports getting all of the kills. And then not only do you have the second round, but you're dying to your AK-47s, you're dying to all those short-lived celebrations, and now you find yourselves in the pit of economic despair. And it looks like 3 for your opponent. I mean, you'd rather have lost the pistol at that stage of the game.
Yeah, you go into everybody's least favorite round right now. Not only the players, actually, I tell a lie. It's great for the players who are on the other side of this coin, but for us at home, and Into the Breach here.
Look at Headtrick, right? Because he's the one that's been given the full green light. It's like, go and kill as many people as you'd like. $600 a pop.
Yeah, you want to make some money for that AWP, you got to work for it, son. You got to be out there doing the hard graft, getting the easiest kills possible. It is 4 Glocks and 1 P250 in the hands of the Pole Rallin. Quite a contrast to the team here now. Obviously, before you spoke about it, quite the British core, but that's not the identity of this anymore.
No Cypher, no Volt. I'm interested to see where they land.
Not even together, right? No, so Volt on Gamer Legion and Cypher rumored to be over there with TSM.
Yeah, I just saw some whispers about that on HLTV.
Yeah, it's. I don't think it's a team that's filling too many people with immediate confidence when you see it on the paper there, but this is another international team that's just like, oh, okay, well, I guess we'll have to wait and see what they do in the server. Yeah, and then when it comes to identity as well, I mean, I can imagine for ITB, this is quite the shake-up, you know, especially when you consider that Thomas Crucial. Speaking of Thomas, Alex, look at this. He's got the red umbrella, and he's like, all right, guys, we're going on a tour of Ancient here today, and we're going to be checking out the B-bomb site, as you see here. There are some doors, and there is a Hampus. The Hampus is a very, very scary beast over here towards Ancient. And these flames, guys, dangerous, dangerous. Stay away from the flames. I hope everybody got their travel insurance.
Please keep your hands behind the rail.
They need to die. Guys, you have 20 seconds. You have to run through this. Hampus going to farm them all up, mowing them down. Hampus only gets 2, but Brolin there for the rest and handled. Business taken care of. A 3-1 start for NiP, and now we get into the gun round.
Counter-Strike, it commences once again. Headtrick, as we discussed, going to be whipping out that AWP, going to be looking to continue to rack up what was quite an impressive performance over in Blast.
Were they full red tracksuits at the major, or is this a new edition?
This is like
an evolution.
You did well at the major, so you've evolved. You get
I
the full
never got
set.
tracksuit.
No, and I saw them walking through the lobby. They looked very professional.
Swish.
Very swish. You know, everyone's in the matching shoes all the way down to the socks. And we've got a tech pause. Quick mouse problem.
And it's fixed.
It's fixed. Okay, wow, that was quick. But yeah, Chad, what do you reckon about this setup? I'm loving that I can look down at these players' monitors. My first observation is Config's rocking black bars.
Hold up.
The only black barer in the NiP squad.
Yeah, and we'll only get a view of one of the two teams from this side, unless we in the halftime break. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me that somebody like Config, bit of an aimer, right?
Yeah.
The classic stubborn, stuck in his ways. But look, if it works, it works. And this is a really cool way. I can tell you 2 players are going out to get mid-control here. Rez is one of them, Config the other. The AWP of Headtrick starting over towards B. I am watching Counter-Strike in a whole new way right now.
Yeah, you do that. I'm going to talk about Crucial's early death. Config, nice find through mid. He has Rez to support him. Smoked off. Thomas can't find a response. And that smoke is... Oh, it could and should have led to Rez's death. He responds. The Tracer fire leads to Thomas. And now, a 2-man advantage for NiP. This is already panic stations for ITB.
And this is the thing. You still have a Headtrick posted up watching B long, so they can't punish any space there, knowing it was aggressive mid. That tends to be, if you're going to play aggressive cave, aggressive mid, you want to punish the extremities. And B ramp is one of those places where you can definitely get that done. Now you can tuck in, you can play for info, and you should be able to lock around like this out with ease.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to call upon some heroics of those 2 pistol players. Bemis and Neofrag, of course, at the top of the scoreboard so far. They're going to have to do some more heavy lifting to get this second round flowing for the ITB boys.
This has been really bleak, just because even though the way that they lost that force, They just got picked apart and then time almost ran out. And then in the follow-up Force Buy, they didn't really do an awful lot. And then in the eco, as I mentioned, with a bit of a gag, they were just following Thomas around the map, milking out nades. But right here, going into the first gun round, you don't get anything done again. You're getting dictated to, and you're getting smashed through smokes. Like,
oh yeah, and it's also, I mean, I wouldn't quickly put it in the disrespect column, but when you've got CTs going for those quick ledge plays and you're dying like Crucial did, you know, you're just trying to take early cave fights and you're dying to people jumping up mid. I don't know. It's a very nasty way to feel like the team is going to be running at you.
This is one of the things with the current meta of the way Ancient is played on the CT side. That divider smoke that you see get thrown, right? It's long story short. I did a bit of investigation on this in the player break because we were playing Danish Nico, and they hammered us. They like absolutely hammered us, just destroyed us. And we're like, well, what were they doing? They were always getting mid control. The way they were doing it was with this divider smoke, and then the two mid players would molly either side of that smoke. When the Ts come out, they can tend to only extinguish one.
Sure.
So if you extinguish the first and you run to the Tetris box, you have to run through another set of flames. So they drop the smoke, they put a molly on either side, they double nade into the smoke because if you want to play the safe haven, you're taking flak damage, and then they spam. And after that, they'll drop a deep elbow smoke, and then they can jump up mid like this, and they can take all of these different risks, right? This is the smoke that I'm highlighting here. You can see this on the screen. Rez very fortunate to get that one done. But then the Ts, what they start doing is they drop a defensive Molotov, right?
Yeah.
So you can just see the constant evolution. There it is. Perfect. Thank you very much. Thanks, MC. And look at all the control.
Right.
Ramp molly, cave molly, 4 positions established, and then fights. Watch, they want to fight.
And it would explain why Rez has been so stubborn early on. Hey! Oh, Brolin down. That's a bit of a change up from the typical story. But yeah, in terms of what's covered, what's focused on by the CTs, Rez has been responsible, and he's gone wide. Config clean, and gets himself the double. That advantage short-lived for ITB. No bomb left at spawn. A nice find to start off the fight for ITB, but already back in the pits. Brolin yet to frag. I do like the gap he's found here, though.
This should be a kill.
I say that. Hitrix very ready. Now headless. The second fight to be found. Oh, Config gets the info, gets his weapon out in time. It's clean by Crucial. Does manage to tame the spray, but they still don't have that bomb. 50 seconds. Hamper's going to put his thinking cap on.
I feel that Hampers has to explore here, and, you know, old Counter-Strike logic would dictate stay together, trade out, but they don't know where Hampers is. And if he threads the needle here, the timing on this needs to look towards ledge. They're going to group up in middle from 2 different angles. Hampers with the first. It's a freebie. Now to one-on-one.
Yeah, okay. That wasn't the bomb carrier, so Hampers may assume the other was detached. Crucial brave to go straight back to where he lost his teammate. Hampers going to hedge his bets towards CT spawn. Quite quick rotations to either of those sites.
He has a kit, a smoke, a molly, and a flash for the post plant. So this is perfect. The key here is Crucial's leftover smoke. What choke point is he worried about the most here?
Like deep CT is tempting, no?
Well, do you throw it before you plant?
No.
You throw it after. So now the bomb goes down. He doesn't get fought. He knows he's not close. He might even hear some of these footsteps here.
Interesting option.
Very defensive. He's extremely scared.
And Hampers continues to crawl forward. Crucial exposed. Hampers clutching. Returning with a bang here in Cologne. DJL likes that one.
Yeah, and here's the thing, right? DJL, in terms of his stance behind this team, he can get fired up. He's one of the most energetic individuals they have, and in this team that can be quite moody at times, a necessary factor here. So the fact that we're not under the Valve rules and he can be a little bit louder,
yeah,
I think that's going to help, especially in this environment. You know, you and I, if we took one ear cup off right now, it's pretty sterile out there. So I can guarantee they're hearing the jeers coming out of DHL. Maybe not what he's saying, but that he's saying something.
Most definitely. And also, I think there is an interesting dynamic that we get to resurface. Look
at that from Brolin.
That's cool. A full fist pump
that's
and
Brolin
a loud
fire.
roar. Yeah, that is, I mean, I wouldn't even say out of character. That's the new Brolin.
Yeah,
that's the new Brolin 2023, baby. He is going to try and match some of that energy.
You see how I mentioned as well, Crucial dropping that smoke was scared. You could see it because he was still walking, right? He had no idea really where Hampus was. And when you throw a defensive smoke like he couldn't guess, right? Where you have to take a risk. But that just means at this point, if you're going to play around that smoke, well, Hampus is going to have a good idea of the landscape.
And while we're discussing coaches, Juve, of course, for ITB was part of their success over towards Paris. But I think what's an interesting observation is that you've just had such a harrowing 6 rounds. After that pistol, it's just been very much one-way traffic. And this is where a coach just has to say, lads, like, I understand that, you know, the residue of those silly round losses, that second round probably does need to be shaken off now. Otherwise, you know, you're going to feel pretty helpless coming into that second half.
Well, this is a map that can be very momentum-based if you can break the CT econ. There's that divider smoke again, and yeah, decent nades. This is something you can do on the T side. A couple of little well-placed grenades.
Same setup, though. They really don't feel threatened by anything.
If you have mid-control and B lane, you are in a fantastic spot on the CT side. You essentially have all the information. You essentially have all the info that you could possibly hope for.
And they've got more utility. You can see Rez is flirting with the idea of re-smoking. The longer he holds on to it, the more it rots off the clock. Going to play reactionary.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, this is cheeky.
Look at the time. Just melt, melt,
flash,
melt.
There you go. He uses that as a cue. Oh, big one from Thomas. That is quite a response straight off the back of a timeout.
And
the leader finds his first. A big scalp as well. Config, the high flyer, cut down.
Now we have to look at how Into the Breach can finish here. They still have 3 smokes, a bunch of flashes, and a Molotov left over. With the man advantage, you might like to see them go for a B execute and try and isolate some of these areas, but with 54 seconds left on the clock, Brolin being cheeky with a gap, NiP still haven't winced off of too much of that map control. Sure, Config's gone down, but Rez is still in Donut.
Trying to deny info mid. No one holding from Red Room.
This is going to be desperate late. Just looking at the time here, unless this is an A split, this is going to be very desperate late. Look, they're going to get blocked.
Rez doing it again.
That's a very deep smoke. I disrespect that.
Yeah, it is deep, but that missed shot as well. Orp now noted in middle. They look indecisive,
25.
bro. They look really indecisive. Rez's smokes have held them back, and Rez, he's going to hear that. Crucial loud. Oh, no, there is a lot of indecision.
Save.
Stepping on each other's toes.
15 seconds.
You had an opening kill, but still NiP have the advantage. 13. Thomas, okay, gets it. They need to plant. Hampus, 1 kill could win the round, but it's all Thomas. 1 second to spare as he gets the plant in. All calculated. Calculated down to the second.
Thomas literally had to go, I'll do it myself then. What the hell? Nobody wanted to take any space. Nobody wanted
bizarre.
to. I know you were blocked, but I can't believe they kept their cool. What the hell is that?
What do you mean they? Hang on. Thomas,
well,
somehow.
nobody died.
Yeah. I can't believe he pulled that off.
But there was 15 seconds left till they started marching through Donut. I cannot believe that they were able to get away with that.
Well, that felt like it was about to go wrong.
In every way possible.
In every way, shape, and form. But
even with the number advantage.
They leave with the second T round. You know, they're cooking.
Damn.
That's going to be feeling a whole lot better now.
And Thomas gets all 3 kills.
Yep.
His first 3 kills.
Oh, and he goes down with the ship as well, yeah.
I can't believe the bomb radius. Come on, man.
It is the most easy to critique bomb radius in Counter-Strike right now.
I just got all 3 kills. Can at least Valve make me immune or something? Great little flash.
That
Thomas
was a great kill on
8 seconds. So if he doesn't get this kill, and the bomb gets thrown, and it has to get picked up, oh, lordy.
Yeah, I mean, you can see how that might be a frustrating way to frame it from Hampus' lens, in the sense that if I just killed that one guy, it's a round win, regardless.
Well, frame it this way. If NiP lose this round, they can buy again next, but there will be some omissions in the purchases. So a very important round here for
Bemis has been tasked with an aggressive mid take, straight through the smoke this time, and no Config and Rez occupying that forward space. Oh, I say that. Config is going to find significant damage through the smoke. You've got head trick posted up Donut. Util to force him away on the re-peek. Oh, he lets it go. Thomas again in the feed. Headtrick's going to be frustrated with that one. That was an easy morsel on his plate.
Yeah, you can see him under pressure there and just peeking back in. So Thomas, he's managed the last 4 kills consecutively for ITV.
Interesting that Bemis opts for the AWP just to kind of maintain that deeper angle towards CT and elbow.
But they're grouping up again here. Rez has pushed main. This is a massive push, especially with Thomas low, who looks aware, but he should basically just be blown over here. Little swift breeze. Oh my God, Thomas. Thomas, what is happening?
He's having it. I am impressed.
Thomas, the frag engine.
Yeah, that's it. He's whirring up, getting that engine going and chugging.
He's not ready for this, is he? Is he? Thomas, are ya?
Config this time going to be able to shut him down after the second. Neofrag's walking the bomb back towards A, I guess.
They kind of have to go.
He's going to get answers on the return of Config to the A site.
Yeah,
Bemis is hoping for this transition to Temple. And all of this patience. Oh, Bemis pulls the trigger a little prematurely, jiggled out by Config. Great awareness from the day.
Hampus has a molly here. If he gets called over in time, might be able to molly off the plan. Config overcommitted here.
Yeah, that should facilitate a plant. Hampus disconnected. Brolin through the donut. Rowland holding. And it's Rowland connecting. Team effort into this one. Thomas started, but it does look like the rest will finish unless Hampus has got another clutch in him. Great pre-aim, does put one into the skull of Neofrag, dinks him down low. 10 HP as he does look to retreat and save what he can. You talked about the financial buy options for NiP into this next one. You said emissions.
Well, here's the deal. Into the Breach have to thank Thomas for 2 gun rounds. He is responsible, essentially, for 2 gun rounds with these multi-kills in those rounds. And they're massive as well. They're not like scrappy shots or anything. He's stepping out, taking these fights, boshing off a couple of domes as Hampus will find the tail of Neofrag there. But those 5... Ooh, hold up. Hold up. Do you want to give the AWP over Rowland, really?
No,
Yeah.
no, he doesn't.
You want to make sure you can keep that bad boy. Crucial has enough money. It's more about making sure that one can't be purchased. Brolin could drop an AWP for Hedrick and receive a rifle. So actually, I tell a lie. The AWP will still be in play here. Config with the Silenced M4 equipped. I should be able to get one as well. So yeah, the money, light on, the biggest issue will be utility for some players. But otherwise, they should all have a rifle in their hands here of some variety. And this will be the first tactical timeout of NiP. You can see DJL on the mic there. Second tactical timeout of the match. So let's see the immediate impact of this. If I was DJL and what I had noted happening was a couple of our players were getting picked off, right? Overextended in aggressive positions or stragglers, right? So, hey boys, maybe in the mid round, they're just waiting for us. Let's group up, make sure we can trade, or we don't need to push them. They're pausing, right? Their rounds are being quite slow, talking to the team about the pace in which ITB have been approaching the game. Right. So DJL, he's looking to address these things, and we'll see the immediate response to this. Will NiP hold on for nades for longer? Will they be as aggressive early? We'll get to see right here.
I think, yeah, it's also quite easy to kind of shrug off these ITB rounds in the sense that Thomas heroics feels like it's not going to last forever. There's an extinguish out of Beamers to imply early presence, but oh gosh, we could have had an AWP duel. We still might. Yeah, head trick comfortable into Crucial. And AWP short-lived for ITB.
They really wanted to make sure Brolin got cave control. They started him and Hampus here with Hedrick as the third man towards B. So 3-1-1 out the gates early, and Config even cheating over. Brolin will have to respect that. And now Thomas is apparently doing it all.
Hedrick's investigating this. Oh, and Thomas doesn't quite connect the dot.
Wants his AK back, I think.
I think he's going to think twice before picking up the AWP. But Rahlan, that's a gift of information. He says they're completely playing out of cave. I would have been interested to see if you wanted to maintain that control. Config's going to be jumping, though, just for that information through mid.
But look at the T-side util right now. So they've got a smoke, a couple of flashes, a molly, and a HE. So this is where they're going to have to trade off of each other or have some very efficient utility here late. But this would be the way for ITB to tie up the game if they win this round.
4 members of NiP all leaning B. That's a lot onto Rez's plate here.
Well, you feel like it has to have something to do with at least what DJL said a little bit, right? This is something where they're quite heavy. And they have lost this mid control, but they know that this space is being given up. Hedrick can watch red with the AWP, but he's not acknowledging it yet. Are the comms flowing here? He's in the open.
Yeah, he might just be...
What is going on?
Okay. Well, they take their pot shot. Now the information is flowing. Config's going to be aware that there is going to be presence from behind. He has to address that. Thomas already swings out. Mate, what a flash, what a frag! Oh, and they've managed to break into the A site again with a couple of seconds to spare.
They had map control. They had the opening pick with the AWP. I don't know why they didn't consider anybody being able to cross the Rez's own smoke to Rez.
So, like, Donut was smoked, right?
Rez smoked it.
Right, so Rez is like, I don't have info, they could be red. That's going to happen. That's going to come out of his mouth.
Yes.
Config then rotates to A, and you'd think the next thing he'd say, I don't have red. And that's when Hedrick would be like,
I'll get red.
Perhaps that's where, as you said, the comms weren't flowing.
That just looks silly.
Right. I mean, do you see the way it went? Thomas was so surprised. He walked across expecting like to bait an AWP shot. Nothing.
And then they shot
and then they just have a go.
And Hedrick didn't even die.
Nope.
And they're retaining 2 AWPs.
Is that a silver lining, perhaps?
I suppose it means that right now, instead of having quite an easy round, you have quite a difficult round because it's 2 of these really sharp barbs. But Into the Breach turning this around after what you highlighted before is that really rough start, like rounds almost timing out, not getting any kills, not finding any impact, to this. It's odd,
and the correlation between the timeout and this response is apparent.
Huge, yes. So ever since they've taken a breather here and had a chat, it's been one-way traffic.
Well, this is a fruity round. How do you even try as an in-game leader to make the most out of these AWPs or exploit it? If you're Thomas, he wants to rush. He's called it a B-rush into the AWP. It's not going to be an easy retake. Hampus fires off one shot, but they're in, and he's let that one go. Yeah, tried to aim for the frag shoes. Oh my God, Rez's USP nearly takes 2. Thomas holding on by a thread. Hampus still connecting on the second shot. Not so lucky. Bomb to be planted. Thomas really cannot afford to let this one go.
Reloading in the open. Hampus only 5 bullets now, all right?
Here we go. Thomas somehow gets another from that 9 HP.
There's a kit.
Crucial. This is a big frag onto Hampus. One of the AWPs is now got. Scooped up now. Brolin as he responds with kind.
Everyone's an AWP!
It's an AWP. 1v2. Thomas is already tagged up by 1. He's got 9 HP up against 2.
I think I can.
They don't have kits. They don't have kits. They just have to hide. He just has to hide. Oh, he's been found. Oh, an NiP. with some daylight robbery. As a 6th round is found with nothing more than those 2 preserved Zoom bangers.
Just saw that little train going up that mountain, that 1-on-2.
Yeah, me too, man.
I think because, hey, look, they miss a couple of shots. He's on low HP. It's not going to matter at that point. He's got the... that will not be the case.
Extra brownie points to Rez as well. I mean,
the kill and the extra dink.
And I realized I made a mistake. It wasn't an AWP shot. It was a USP dink, putting him on 9 HP. Rez nearly killed 2 without a penny spent. So very impressive contributions from him, and it gets NiP out of their slump. Where do we go now?
Well, I think we retain these double AWPs, because why the hell not? Look at this little awkward smoke wall that has created itself here between the 2 of them. So if you take a look at the radar top left of your screen, you can see these 2 smokes, one from the CTs and one from the Ts. So it's kind of created this weird wall, and speaking of weird...
flash. Oh no, you might overlook it. Oh, that's a horrible way to start off proceedings for ITB's T side here. Round 11, quickly equalized. A miss from Headtrick. Not the first we've seen on this CT side. And Rez not going to be making that same mistake. A good contribution. Finds another. Ooh, spotted 2 in Donut. Panic Station, you can see dumping his util. Desperately trying to delay, but they are already into the side. Config relieves Bemis of his life. Rallen on the trade. Crucial loses his life and puts it all onto Rallen.
Okay, well, he has time for this. Oh, he reconsidered his options, didn't he? He could have tried to go back around the world and force a fight, but Rallen, sneaky, peeky, creepy. Maybe he was spotted there.
So too. Yeah, Hampus has got him dead to rights. NiP are back in business now. Things are flowing. I mean, there has been a couple of oopsies and a couple of daisies from both sides. And Neofrag's opening death there, it's a tough one. He fully caught Brolin out with his flashbang, but it lulled him into thinking it was unoccupied.
Yeah, and this is the thing, right? That was the discussion from the desk. I think we had Maniac and Yanko talking about the Bemis and the Neofrag additions. And these are 2 players who we know can shoot. We've seen them in the past. Yanko had the experience with him back in FaZe in the day. And obviously, we get to see that he had some time on Mouse, right? We got to see from Neofrag back in the Sinners days, he was very good. Like, he was a map specialist on something like a Vertigo, for example, right? As a place where it's like, yeah, this guy's really sharp. He's good. He's got some good moves. I think the thing for these players is about growing, developing, you know, becoming more of the full picture. So Neofrag's time in OG would probably leave a bad taste in most people's mouths when they consider him as a player. Well,
especially on Ancient. We all recall that there is just one oopsie daisy that Neofrag made on that grand final, was it? So what was I want to call it CIC. What was it called? Those like tier 2 tournaments.
Well, we can. There's a few.
I just remember Henry G was casting, and it was the most epic blunder Henry G throwback. It was just unbelievable. Basically, just a full defuse in front of his face. And on Ancient, no less, hiding out in that donut position. It still lingers in my mind. I'm sure it lingers in his, but I'm excited to see if Neofrag can shake it off.
Hopefully.
And he's dead again to Brolin, despite the flashbang landing. Brolin definitely passing the test in this part of the map, being run down but supported by Headtrick. Catches Rallen accelerating on that Mac 10. And so that leaves us with 3 for ITB. Thomas repelled by the Molotov.
Not going great for old Neofrag in the opening death department here. He's been involved in 5 openings, and he's only been able to convert 1 of them. So 1 for 4 right now. That's not great, especially with someone whose task it is to fight Cave, and we know how key just holding the CT at bay in that position can be. And more jiggles with smokes here from NiP.
I mean, it's certainly a very valid way to maintain that advantage. You've got those opening kills by virtue of Brolin again being pressured. Information and more bloodshed. Oh, Brolin nearly cleans the whole house. Crucial. Brought to 3 HP.
Look at the radar, they're trapped.
Yeah, I mean, you've got
nothing.
nothing.
They are so trapped.
And it looks like it's going to end with a config frag. I say that. Bemis will catch him and send him back towards middle.
Oh, it gets worse, because now config took that contact, knows where they are. Now he will actually lock the door. Rez from red can cover ledge.
Good damage. Long range on that Galil.
I might lull them into the push here. Everyone's here.
Yeah. I mean, this
Come on in, boys.
This
the water's
only
warm.
goes one way, and it's Brolin's way. 3 in total from the Swede. 12 frags in just 12 rounds of play.
But that's all right. The type of purchase we saw with the weapons they brought in, it was just to make sure that, hey, everyone will still have enough money with the 2,900 loss bonus that they just received. So the guns will come out yet again. There is no crucial AWP, however. So this is going to be 5 AK-47s in the hands of the ITB boys. Speaking of what they could get away with here. Now, if they want to go for mid, right, that is where we have seen them doubling mid with the riflers. But since some of the timeouts, it's been more heavy towards B from NiP. So we can see they're not going for the 2 mid anymore. And this is something that can try and be exploited. ITB have had a good job when they've pressured red, besides that anti-force where Hampus got that kill through the smoke. So one of the keys, well, Okay, we got the B-Stream update right here. Mao's taking on the Mongols, and the Mongols are actually up 11-7. This is the team who have just added Shui, or brought him back. Okay, well, Campus.
Okay, Rallen with a real reaction shot.
See the red pressure, though. Like, this is the same thing again. So they constrict Donut this time themselves. Nice. They smoke top red. They have standard early util. It was just config not playing aggressive. They get the space, and now the entire time somebody has to worry about red, which means you likely go into a more of a passive setup or you search for info. And we've seen what's happened to NiP when they search for info earlier in this half.
Yeah, it's an interesting discrepancy in the sense that Brolin is the one to depart the B site. It's been such a huge impact towards Cave, towards that corner bucket position.
They're clearing it out. They're cleared out mid now, so they know that nobody's home, and all this util towards B. Headtrick's passive, so they're happy to play retake here. Great. No dramas yet.
Yeah, the smoke towards Cave will force and channel them towards this ramp position. Flashes are high. Thomas is up. And whoa, Thomas is down. A good one.
Bomb.
Out of the AWP. Config in support, and it does seem like they've handled it very well. Ronan slipped out of that smoke and finds himself one onto Neofrag as well. So it falls apart for ITB, looking to extend to 9 here. The Ninjas in Pajamas comfortable. Very comfortable. Headtrick spotted the Bemis elbow on the jiggle. Incredibly deep smoke towards the Cave position. He might be able to, find something around the edge of that. And it is a tag onto Headtrick. Nothing more to be celebrated. Brolin will wrap it up, put a bow on it, and NiP back to their winning ways. Very short-lived celebrations for ITB, and it continues down their pits of despair.
Coming to this site, guys, because the first guy in, you are seeing on the radar with the bomb on your back. I suppose the time of the attacks also doesn't help either. But regardless, a partial investment here, and into the next round of play, we will have the guns for one more time. So looking likely to get themselves 10 rounds here, NiP. Only a 2-man B start this time round. Config floating around middle. Could get a good timing as they set up for this B execute.
Yeah, dropping in smokes.
Cave smoke there.
Throw it all out.
Bond's not in Cave. He won't be constricted in Cave. Both of them can fight. Oh, they flubbed their molly too.
Yeah, they're going to have a bit of a nightmare scenario unfolding here. The flash is in the sky, a third is rotated through, and it is a nice opening once more. Brolin and Hampus still present. Headtrick, missed shot into the site, config comfortable, and it is just as easy as that. B site defended, partial buy and investment from ITB doesn't get anything done. They'd have loved to plant, but it looks like they'll be fighting for their 5th round here on their final T side.
You can see how bleak that entire play was, though, because as soon as the util comes over, Thomas throwing it all, nobody was pushing, a molly comes, there's no extinguish, you can't even take advantage of the utility. Brolin wasn't in Cave, which is what they're hoping for.
Right.
The entire call, you have to hope for a few things to go right, and then for people to hit a couple banger shots. And in rounds like that, you can definitely pull it off. But back towards these mid fights, Bemis. So with Thomas, there's the extinguish. Looks like a self flash to get him across. Oh, he's just going to creep here.
I mean, it's the way they conditioned them early. Rez and Config was so forward, and now just, I mean, the stark contrast. Holding this gap here is Rez, flashed off of the line as one does get across. That will be now alerting Config to the potential for Red Room. Yeah, here he comes. He seems quite convinced that he doesn't need to. And Rez already onto Bemis as well.
Here comes Hampus.
Yeah, Hampus is covering that slip through Red, and he's done so comfortably. 2 HP to spare, advances them to a 5 versus 3.
This double AWP has also made things a lot more difficult here because Headtrick can stay towards B now. He doesn't need to float over towards A to try and help out Rez. So it actually means that this B pressure, and Headtrick's AWP with the shadow, bang, done, another kill. Just swatting them away here. Should be 11-4.
Crucial's AWP in the feed here, that's 1.
That's only his 4th kill.
Yeah, he'd need a whole lot more. Crucial and Rallen. With limited options, but 40 seconds. Now, they do know that Hampus was brought low. He is still responsible for this Red Room. Could be a way in. Could and is. Nice frag. Good damage from Hampus. Half Rallen's health. And oh, Crucial just strafes into the AWP. It looks like it's all done here. An 11th for NiP. A single click away. Baits the shot. Go on, Rallen. Style points, but with the bomb in his hands, he goes down 11-4. NiP cooking with gas.
he decides to drop A site,
yeah,
and
so
I'm just thinking, if he goes ramp, then that opens up Jimpat to get down B first. But Jimpat couldn't leave.
No. If they had kind of pick one or the other.
Yeah.
So they shouldn't have done a lobby reclear if they were going to have Jimpat rotate down lower. But when they did their lobby reclear, they were just moseying around in lobby like, I think they're definitely not here. I don't know where they could be.
Check all the nooks and crannies.
He got time to check all the corners. Mongols moving quick. Tight-knit pack from this T side. Every single round. 4 guys shoulder to shoulder outside. Whether that's a push out towards heaven, getting into garage, or last round just making it downstairs. Where there's 1 Mongols, there's at least 4.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a nade.
Yeah, not half bad. Take those. Frozen around the smoke, and again, Mongols just going to cross, man.
Yeah,
they're not changing anything.
They do like that, but oh wait, they're coming secret as well. Exertion, it's like a little scared about it.
Yeah, made sound, so now Mongols are nervous about it.
Short enough step that he probably can't tell which direction it was going. Exertion with the off angle, making it feel like it's a heaven wrap, and it sort of is. Now the T's are getting very spread thin, so this could come down to 1 kill in any part of the map. Oh, nice one there from 910.
Taking AK shots to the chest, and still he posts up the op kill.
They did get confused about the rotate lower last time. And
Techno's
now,
up in heaven.
Wow.
Mongols have done a very good job of just leaving Techno somewhere else.
This might feel like a fake, I think, to Torji, but are they going to rotate down? Yeah, they are. Yeah. I think Mouse have a good read on this now. That looked like too crummy of a fake upper.
Okay, but still, you got to stop it. You've got 10 seconds. 5 seconds for Jimpat to shave off this clock. He died instantly. Blitz back-to-back rounds, and that bomb plant's going to be safe. 2 players pressuring, and Shui's got to give them the room that they have worked for. Down to the wire, and they get it.
They don't have control side. It's a very possible retake.
910 can hold this angle, awaiting somebody to post up. Sure enough, doesn't miss the chance. IGL now down.
He's going to fall down again. What is this clutch from Simple Warriors? Team Liquid have just unlocked the Intel Grand Slam.
Into the hot water, maybe not the breach. It was started quite exciting, a win in the pistol, and then a bit of a topsy-turvy run as NiP have got themselves 11 under their belt. We're kicking off our first day of play here at IEM Cologne 2023. We're all incredibly excited, both players, talent, and of course eventually attendees, to get this event underway. First day of play, and it's not particularly exciting for the Into the Breach with, well, 2 players gone. Ever since they made that splash in Paris, we see Bemis joining the ranks with Neofrag.
This is bad info. There's a fight here. There's a big fight here.
Yeah, 2 of them. They're going to overlook this.
Yeah.
Okay, Thomas fragging up 2. Wrestle trade, but did they overlook this? No, okay, spotted out as well. Bemis should be overrun here. Nice tap into the head of Brolin. And a necessary pistol. This feels like it could be a way back in for ITB to close this gap, make it a whole lot less intimidating.
I'm slightly scared for them here because
take a look.
Yeah, the man who was tasked with that mid info is now found a free bomb site. I understand that he doesn't have the bomb here, but this crawl of Rallen and Crucial, if it doesn't find res and Config is allowed to work, he should be able to find a kill or 2 here for them to keep this round going. Crucial's going to jump up. Oh, the timing.
Yeah, I think
he saw him.
Oh, no,
Look at the mouth moving. He
made a noise. Rez knows.
Wait, Config's
the Crucial knows.
Red, Config's
flanking behind them with the P250. Knife out. Crucial's dead. And now they look away. Oh, this is going horribly wrong for the ITB squad.
And Neofrag can't run. He knows there's a player red.
Yikes. Okay, Config. Oh, here's him. Knows what's going on. Tucks in, heard of the reload. 1 versus 2 for Neofrag. Needs this first cleanly, and Config too good as NiP accelerate towards this best-of-1 victory.
Talk about fumbling the bag right there. I like the fact that they went for the look, but Crucial went alone. If they went together, maybe they could have traded. And you see Crucial spot him. He's scared. He doesn't want to go for the fight. He tries to back off. There's nobody there to help him. And this is him running away. Oh, I survived the close call with death. Never mind. Straight into Config's big burly arms.
And you feel, yeah, I mean, Rez had 7 bullets in his Glock, right? He's sitting there in that corner.
Scared for his life.
If Crucial just has a messy exchange and operates with that, it's a very different round. But yeah, caught out.
I want to just return to this. The reason that was even a round is because the man on your screen right here didn't stay mid long enough to see if they could cross cutout. It was all a ploy. You want to have a player take contact mid to say if they can jump up ledge, because that way at least your 3 players who are running ledge are ready for that fight. And somehow they pulled that round out of their ass. So maybe there is still a little bit of NiP magic left in the tank, because that was a great round to win. And now ITB with this force, they're already in hot water. Things are going to get so much worse as Neofrag is on the receiving end of yet another Brolin frag, and this time with the frag grenade.
Yeah, that's nasty.
And that's the problem with well, it's not the problem, right? But this is in the flow of a best of one. If you win the pistol and don't convert, you said as we were 3 or 4 rounds in, it was probably better off that they lost the pistol.
Yeah.
And it felt like that for a lot of the half. And the rounds they started to get into, Thomas was the key to that victory. Bemis looking to unlock another round here. He's got a kill with still a number disadvantage for ITB. But they're all here and they're clamping down.
Yeah, I mean, Thomas would need to catch him by surprise. He's got bodies on every side. This is, was an opportunity, but Config does catch him in time. And now just Rallen hiding out in the temple. He's already been held by Rez. The crossfires are established. NiP are comfortable. 15 frags for Config.
Will he clear deep?
Yes, indeed. Rallen still places the crosshair on the head. 2 to find. It should be head tricks every day of the week as 13 comes rolling home.
And essentially 14 as well there. Because of that force buy, now we will see ITB take, well, should be a full eco here, maybe a couple of upgrades of P250s or whatnot. Crucial wants to make sure he can stay in the realms of picking up. I don't want to start a whole new thing. I'm pretty sure they are speaking English. It would be crazy for me if they weren't. That's why I was surprised. This flash at the ready could be powerful here from Thomas. This is ready for the stack to push out Donut. But if Config stays tucked towards Tetris and doesn't spot, he should be okay here. What's the go signal? It can flash deep mid. That's exactly what Thomas just said.
And he does. Doesn't catch him. And here comes the fight. Config should have a field day, but it is only the one. Kept humble by that Rallen Deeg. He has got the most threatening weapon out of the bunch. A single $700 pistol. Hampus just cleaning house. Comfortable. Into the head of Thomas. And it looks like, yeah, Neofrag is about to have another horrible death. I mean, how many of those have just been so impossible? It was a stack made in the previous, now mollied out on that eco.
I'd love to see the head-to-head between Hampus and Neofrag just in terms of the exchanges here, as the last will be found by Brolin, who has been having a very good time here on Ancient. He's up to 18 kills and he has 7 assists, so that tells you just how many fights he could have potentially won more, right? He has 115 ADR, 235 utility damage. He's been having a good game here. So the babyface killer on your screen, it's great to see another good game out of him, but they're taking care of business. Now, when we talk about players and numbers, right, I mentioned in the first half, Crucial, that's only his 4th frag. Well, it's on the T side, right? It's always going to be a little bit more difficult to get your numbers on the T side. The CT side's where we expect more multi-kills, we expect the players, especially playing like active zones, to be in fights a lot more. And speaking of fights, we got one in mid.
Well, yeah, a big one. In fact, Config just holding W with a Mac 10.
It's the Config Classic.
It is. I mean, he must have had the spawn and feeling himself, but Thomas gets away with murder.
Well, once upon a time, Hampus said, just go B on Ancient, so I think that's where they'll go.
Is my map broken? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 or 6 smokes up at the start of this one. Distinct lack of smokes for the CT side. ITB got 1.
Yeah, and only 1 for the side of things for NiP as well on Hampus.
Bloody hell. A little unusual.
Nice little creep past here, so you can see Crucial's deep line cannot catch the player over towards the Hive.
Oh gosh, don't get caught fumbling with your nades. We need frags here, lads. ITB.
Good flash.
Only the one, Rallen onto Rez, but it's 2 back in the feed from NiP. 3 on 3, bomb to be planted. Head trick getting that code punched in. Thomas turns the flash and a great headshot on top. Puts it into a bit more of an uncomfortable situation here for NiP. If they want that spotless close, it has to be Hampus. Brolin, such low HP. They both opt for cave. No smokes, as we discussed. So this is going to work wonderfully, especially as Hampus has already struck. They know they're both there. They heard the guns. Thomas still clearing ramp. Nice clear. Bemis He's going to be susceptible to the wall bang. He's tucked in. Hampus has not gone for it. It's a full 10-second defuse. Thomas isn't covering directly. Should have it. And ITB leave with a 5th round. An interesting state of affairs.
Only just, huh? You're right about Thomas as well. Still investigating towards ramp. So I guess they didn't pick up the fact that Brolin was over towards that side of cave, at least on the comms. So they'll steal this one away for now. And that all started with a config all in mid play that didn't net them anything. DJL will opt for the second timeout. Wants to get things closed right now. Do not allow these best of ones to go into the close affairs. And they've already tasted a loss with this roster since the reintroduction of Hampus on this map online in the G8 qualifier against Seoul. We touched on that throughout that first half. So here we are at, I don't want to say it's a turning point in the game by any means. It's a, will NiP close this quite quickly, or will Into the Breach put up a bit of fight for this story to be continued to see just how far we go. There's still plenty of money for NiP to get a full buyout here. Hedrix, AWP, AKs for everybody else, Util in the mix, and Config with another good mid spawn. Let's see if he uses it here.
Yeah, fully equipped for that if he chooses to take it. Actually leaning towards A. This
no
could be
mid
interesting.
smokes.
Check this out. Yeah.
Just the red smoke, so no donut smoke. It's a fast temple. Okay, yeah, this is an all-in. It's just an A-rush.
It is, and let's see what Thomas can do. He's already got a good nade on the nose. Molly, spray, and a frag. Good damage onto Brawler. Need to finish the veal. Bemis does. Bomb confirmed, and the rest locked into main. Crucial. He doesn't have the info that they haven't crossed. Hedrix waiting for this fight, but still a missed shot. He goes for the reaping into the AWP, but it falls apart for ITB.
Deep molly as well. They're ahead of this. They have to fight. They've spotted one more.
They know he's in. They know where Rallen is, and they're actually pushing through Temple. Bomb. Rez and Hampus holding hands and skipping. Nice off the flash. Rallen gets out of his corner, but Neofrag not ready.
Freebie.
Completely unawares, and now Rallen, what's he supposed to do? Last spotted towards the elbow. Hampus goes looking for him.
Donut in a hard place right now.
Yep, and they know exactly where he is now. Spotted out by Hampus, running him down. A smoke from Rallen gives him a fight. The bomb is going B.
Come on out.
And yeah, held by the AWP. Ooh, head trick. Gives him a second chance. Now, sure, it's a one-on-one. One v one situation now.
The clutch is on. 20 HP for Rallen. A smoke in hand here. Denied by the wall of Rez.
That's a horrible smoke. What do you do with that? You throw your own and run through it. Yeah, and he's dead. Rez will save him. 15 secure, and we'll all just move on. Let's all just move on.
Talk about laboured.
Yeah, it was full on. Like, I mean, the contractions were just a second apart.
Yeah, okay, that's a bit of a water birth right there. Yeah, unfortunate with the big miss.
That state of affairs, though, I mean, like, the way it started could not have been dreamier. Thomas kills the first man out. Everyone else is behind a molly.
His molly looked great.
Yep. He's done chip damage to the next. You've got an AWP rotating through Temple. You've got a player close CT to try and get in towards the site.
It looked good.
It looked fantastic, and yeah, just unfortunate that he did strafe out into that pre-aim of head trick. I'm hearing a lot of noise from our second stream. Of course, we have the Mongols taking on a nuke of all for the best of one.
Look at this buy. It's just the last-ditch attempt from ITB. Famus's MP9's aggression. Here they come down the ramp. They're about to meet Brolin.
Damage. No lethality. Brolin's only got a couple of bullets left here. 6 bullets, and he's dead. Rallen runs him down with the MP9. Hampus as well, going to have to tuck in. Crucial, caught out as he tried to regain control. Nice from Hampus to equalize. Rez, loud about his presence towards A main. With red smoked, the rest of the team can slip through towards the donut position. This is going to be another A hit, and they are limited in their defensive options. What is Thomas supposed to do with this? So, not far off. They lined up for him, but would have had to be in a perfect collateral headshot to have anything more to say about this game.
Yeah, this one is done. Done like a dog's dinner here. 3v4 situation, bomb down on the A site. No defuse kit. Best weapons to boast are a couple of Famite. One flash at the ready. This could be the difference maker.
Yeah, it could, but just ahead of the flash is Bemis. Walks into Rez. And NiP storming through the competition to start off their journey here at the Intel Extreme Masters. A confidence-boosting victory for sure. 16-5, business conducted, job done. And we will, of course, see them continue to play later on today, right? The winners play a best of 3?
It's yes, from the first couple of games, yeah. So I like the fact that we get NiP coming out here in convincing fashion against a team that we've seen play a couple of matches online since the addition of Bemis.